Good afternoon. Our top story, a 4.3 magnitude earthquake rattled downtown Sacramento this morning. Randall, besides the ground, what's shaking over there?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Executioner. And if you don't know, well, now you know. And off here to my right is my esteemed co-host, Almanac Jack. He is on the attack, and you can't teach that. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, everybody out there? And what's going on, Executioner? Welcome back to another episode of Good Times. That's right. This is the Good Times podcast where there's good laughs, good fun, and it's always a good time.
Fuck yeah.
New shows come out every Thursday. Hopefully. So don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and tell a friend.
Yeah.
Executioner, what are they going to tell that friend?
All they got to tell them is go to www.thegoodtimespodcast.com, where you can find all of our podcasts on all major streaming platforms. You can go to Facebook, find us on The Good Times Podcast on there. You can go to Instagram and go to The Good Time TheGoodTimesPodcast.com. Why?
They wouldn't let us add the dot.
They didn't let us let the fucking dot. You can also go to Twitter, where you can find us at It's Good Times and check us out on there. So what's up, Jack? It's been a week.
It's been a week, yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Just working a lot. I've been working a lot.
Oh, a lot.
You know, because, I'm getting married and all, and it costs a lot of money. And
a lot of money.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. No, it's going pretty good though. I guess I'll just jump into my usual segment of Tales of an Engaged Guy.
Yeah, Tales of an Engaged Guy.
Man, it seems like this past 2 weeks, a lot of people just being nosy and asking, "Are you nervous yet? Are you nervous yet?" Or it's oh, how stressed are you right now? I bet you you're so stressed out. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm not nervous. I'm not stressed out. I mean, I'm a pretty mellow dude anyway, so I don't stress out about anything really.
Yeah.
And then I forgot who it was, but they're like, you could tell like they're trying to get me to be stressed out and nervous. They're like, this is like the biggest thing you'll ever do in your life. I'm like, oh my God, they're just trying to really like bring it on in. Like,
nothing will ever be bigger than this.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what about when I have a kid?
You can never come back from this. What about a divorce?
You're only supposed to have one. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're only supposed to have one, but chill out.
Yeah.
If it's the right person,
yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it, man. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I could see why people would be stressed out, but that's probably if they're procrastinators.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I procrastinate on stuff, but still, like, if I got to get something done, it's getting done.
Get her done.
I mean, I know Janet's like kind of stressed out a little bit about her dress because for a while they didn't call her.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't call her about it. So I told her, I was like, well, just call them and fucking ask them. And so they did and whatever. So I mean, she stopped having gray hairs after that. After she called them, they're like, "Oh yeah, it'll be in, I think, this month." So she'll go try it back on again, and hem it if they need to adjust it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe she grew taller or something. I don't know.
Yeah, grew a couple Mexican inches. Yeah,
Mexican inches. Yeah, it's just how much dirt is on her feet. Yeah. How you been, man?
Man, I've been pretty good. Just working, still trying to get used to this damn schedule. I mean, I'm more so used to it now. I'm at the point where I low-key hate my days because it's like I get off of work at 5, and come home by about 5:30, go to sleep by 6:30, and then I'm usually like waking up at, I don't know, like sometimes I'll wake up at 11 just to be up for a little bit and then just go back to sleep, and I'm asleep till like, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock. And then I have to go back to work by like 6 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm only really up for a couple hours. But then the worst thing is that on my weekdays, or excuse me, on my off days, it's like I'm up, dude, until like 5, 6 in the morning. Can't go to sleep. It's hard to go to sleep. Even if I'm like tired around like midnight, I'll just lay there and I'll sleep for like an hour and I'll wake up. My body's like, man, we got a bunch of energy. We got to do something. I'm like, fuck, man, just go to sleep, you know? So, I mean, it's been kind of a bitch, and it kind of makes me like, I don't know. It just like kind of gives me like thoughts of like, well, what do you want to do now? Like, do you want to keep doing this? Do you want to like, do you want to keep pushing? Like, what is it that you want to do? You know? So,
it's testing you.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it to me, like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna quit my job, or, you know, I know there's probably someone out there like, he just wants to quit his job. Like, you know, it's like, no, like,
he should just be happy he has a job.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm not saying that. I'm just more so looking at it from the point of, what am I gonna do? Like, where am I going next? All right, I got to where I need to be. Like, what's my next move? You know, like, is this where I really want to be? Is this where we really want to be? Is this where we want to go? Where we want to go? Is this where I need to be at this time? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like contemplating a lot of like life decisions right now, because I don't know, I'm just starting. I wouldn't say I'm just starting to notice, but it's really starting to hit me about how everything kind of affects, you know, the next day, whatever it is that I'm doing today. So yeah, dude, it's been low key a little bit stressful, but you know, I'm always giving it up to God, man. He makes shit so much easier for me. And I'm glad that all I really have to worry about is, you know, what's next, instead of, you know, am I going to die tomorrow? Or like, you know, what kind of stress do I have? You know, do I have to pay the bills? It's like, no, I'm just so grateful that, you know, he's like always there to like take me by my hand and go, you know. So it's been quite an eventful one over the past ever since I started working here. So at Amazon, Amazizzle.
That's right.
So,
Well,
yeah, crazy.
you know, you mentioned stress right now, you know, for your work.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I kind of mentioned how everybody thinks that I'm stressed about the wedding, or they would assume that, you know, because I work 2 jobs, that I'm stressed out about work and stuff like that. So while I was at one of my jobs, I happened to find this little pamphlet, and it's called Managing Stress. So, I mean, what better segue to do that now? So this thing says, what is stress?
Oh, God.
And according to this little pamphlet, stress is how your body naturally reacts to difficult situations or events. For better health, you should take steps to minimize the stress in your life. Obviously.
Okay.
But if you're stressed out, I mean, that could lead to, you know, depressions and shit like that.
Yeah. I want to do that.
And here's the symptoms of stress. And it looks
being pissed off.
And it looks like there's 3 different kinds, okay? So the first category is physical. There's high blood pressure. There's chest pains. I got a pain in my chest.
My chest, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Rapid heart rate. Oh, wait,
shit.
that might have been you.
I have like 2 out of 3 of those.
Not looking good so far. Muscular tightness.
What the fuck?
Is that a tight wiener?
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. I get those every day.
Ulcers / upset stomach.
Ooh, I don't have any of those, thank God.
Speaking of ulcers, you know who's going to get a lot of ulcers? People eating all those hot Cheetos and Takis and shit like that. Oh my
God, dude. Well, a lot of the hot Cheeto thing is leading to gastritis. That's what it mainly is at this
blown
point.
Out beeholes.
Yeah. My sister Adri, she like forever just ate hot Cheetos all the time, and she's paying for it right now, dude. She has like some pretty bad gastritis, and like she's doing a lot better now. But
so what you're saying is that she's going through a blown out beehole.
She's got herself some Hemis.
She's got a fire ass.
She got herself some hemorrhoids.
Dude, I'm so glad I never got into eating those.
Me too.
I was always a regular Cheetos guy.
Oh yeah, I mean that'll just lead to to high blood pressure, but not a beehole blower.
And having a Cheeto come out your ass. All right, the next one is headaches.
Oh my God, I get a lot of those.
And the last one for physical is trembling.
Trembling?
Find yourself shaking?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Thank
The only
God.
thing I'm shaking is my wiener when I'm done peeing. Next category is psychological.
Oh,
Depression. That's what
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Anxiety attacks.
Ooh.
That's pretty serious for some people. I know some
Indeed.
people that get anxiety and they're not even stressed. It's just how they are. They get really nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
Inability to concentrate. Fuck, that's a lot of people.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that can't concentrate on shit. Mood swings.
Yeah.
That doesn't even have to be stress. There's people that are just moody in general. And forgetfulness. Fuck, I forget shit all the time. Maybe I'm stressed out.
Forgetfulness, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that would be a category.
I guess a lot of this, like a lot of stress, kind of goes in with like small trauma. You know what I mean? Not
Small
like
trauma?
full out trauma where like, you see someone get their head blown off, but
Yeah.
being put in a situation where it's like, shit, I don't know what to do. That's
Yeah.
kind of a small trauma where you're, a lot of it kind of like comes together. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And you start getting a lot of those symptoms.
And the last category is behavioral. Weight loss or
Start
weight
acting
gain.
like an asshole.
Weight loss or weight gain.
Oh, yeah, I get a lot of that. Gain.
No, this next one's you. Insomnia.
I don't have insomnia.
You can't go to sleep.
Well, thanks to sleep now, I don't have insomnia. No,
And-
it's just because I can't go to sleep at certain times.
Oh, okay. And this next one's really you. Short temper.
Well, only when I'm playing PS4. That's it.
That's true. Yeah. I remember how you were playing Mega Man. You'd be all shitting and getting.
Fuck that game, man. Couldn't get past the first level, and I played that game for years, man. That game was tough.
For real. Okay, so now this pamphlet tells you ways to cope with stress. The first category is get organized. It literally has an exclamation point.
Get fucking organized, you dick. That's what I tell myself all the time.
Cross out the complicated tasks on your to-do list first. Plan your tasks for your high energy times of day. Identify and avoid things that waste your time, in parentheses, TV, phone, and internet.
Oh, I do all three.
I know, right? Don't take on more tasks, chores, or responsibilities that, God damn it.
I gotta run in.
Yeah. Don't take on more tasks, chores, or responsibilities than you can handle.
Okay.
Well, your job usually does that shit to you anyway.
Oh my God.
Set and keep a realistic household budget.
Ah.
Don't be spending like $50 at Taco Bell.
Or $200 at McDonald's.
I thought of that as soon as I said the Taco Bell thing. I was like, man, I should have said that.
Well, money is definitely a big stress thing for people, man. I know it used to be a big thing for me. Like, I know like 3 or 4 years ago, I'd say about a couple years ago, I couldn't manage my money at all, dude. It was so bad. I remember there was like a time where I was like working at Alorica, 40 hours, full time working there. And, it would be like 3 days before payday, and I would go to like Winco and buy some SpaghettiOs for lunch, dude, because I had like $2.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, dude, I had like $2, and dude, I just remember like being stressed about a lot of shit. But you get your money together and you figure out your finances, even if it's just mentally in your mind. Like, you don't even have to sit down and put it all together. Just don't spend as much,
Yeah.
And then when you don't spend as much, if you're a compulsive buyer, like I'm a compulsive buyer at times, I've noticed that if I don't spend as much, those compulsive buys are way easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. Get your shit together financially. If you didn't learn it like when you were younger, learn it now. Go read a fucking book. Go read what is it called? I have it right here, and now I can't say it. The Richest Man in Babylon. Fuck Babylon, by the way. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. Read that.
All right. Well, the next category is get moving. Regular physical exercise improves your overall health and boosts your immune system.
Mm.
Well, I've been working out a lot lately, and I think that's
sick
been
a lot. I'm just kidding.
I think that's been helping me with stress.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel a lot more relaxed when I'm done.
And just even walking in general, like go for a walk at the park, dude. It's nice. Like sometimes it's like really fucking hot. There's always like big ass trees, just walk around the fucking park, under the trees, whatever you got to do.
Usually on the walkways, I mean, there's tons of trees and shade anyway, so it's not like you're going to be dying and getting burned or anything.
Yeah, that's true too. Just don't wear sunglasses either.
Yeah. Exercise for at least 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Incorporate both aerobic and strength training exercises into your workouts.
Or just do HIIT.
Sure. I'll just say get all 2 of them. Get both of them out of the way at the same time.
Get all one of them in there.
Join a class or find a partner for support and encouragement. You just be putting each other down the whole time at the gym. What the fuck, dude? Come on, lift. Incorporate stretching exercises into your daily routine. Well, if you're exercising, you should be stretching anyway.
Yeah, but I like... got another run in. No, I like the bringing in the stretches and whatnot, because that's one of the things that's kind of tough that for me is, stretching throughout the day. I do it all the time when I'm at work. I'm stretching all the time when I'm at work, but when I'm at home, I'm not stretching at all. Besides my penis, but I mean that's a different thing,
Sure.
But yeah, getting those stretches in, whether it's like actual stretches or like calisthenics of some sort, like those are always good too.
Something that gets like your heart rate up.
Yeah. Except my heart rate, I'm gonna die.
I'll say, you can't put your heart rate too high. We need you for the show.
I got a wedding coming up, Chris.
Yeah,
this can't be an RIP wedding.
For real. I'm not gonna I'm about to have a cardboard cutout of you.
That would be hilarious.
Digitally put you in the pictures.
I'll do it before I die.
Yeah. This next category is be kind to yourself and your body.
Yeah. Maintain
a healthy diet with fruits, vegetables, beans. Beans are vegetables anyway.
They are.
Let's see. Fruits, vegetables, beans,
Magical
whole
fruits.
grains. What about half grains? And lean meats.
Ooh, lean meats.
Yeah.
Like sea hicken. Really good.
T-urky.
Yeah. Tofurkey. Oh, wait.
F-ish.
F-ish is really good.
That's right. I had some tofu today.
Did you?
Yeah. Went to Chipotle and got the sofritas.
What?
Really, really good.
Was it?
Huh?
Was it?
Yeah.
Really good?
Yeah, they're really good.
I've never had it.
I might go get some more. Get 8 hours of sleep every night. That's some bullshit, because ain't nobody getting that.
Yeah. Well, and then also what a lot of people should understand too is 8 hours is just the average. Like, one thing that I've noticed is that some people, they're gonna need like 10 hours. Other people are gonna need like 6.
Sure.
Just know, like, when you go into figure out where your dream sleep is, and figure out how much time it takes for you to get into that dream sleep, because that dream sleep is when you're actually energizing your body, when your body is actually in REM sleep. And when you find that REM sleep and you get used to that REM sleep and you can hit it every single day, you'll be getting so much energy from it. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
REM sleep's the best.
Next one is relax before bedtime.
Oh my God, that's a tough one, because everyone's always on their phones.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of like turn the engine off and just sit there.
Yeah, but don't be on your phone.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Identify your stress triggers. Talk and listen to your loved ones as much as possible. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco.
Tobacco?
Tobacco.
I was like, wait, what?
Keep a journal to record your thoughts, cultivate self-awareness, and develop creative solutions.
Oh, okay.
I do that a lot. I'm always writing shit down, dude.
Okay, nice.
Ask for help when you need it, and don't feel bad about it.
Ooh.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
There's people that are afraid to ask for fucking anything.
Yeah.
Can you hand me a pencil?
Yeah, definitely asking for help is a tough one for me, because the people, I only have like a certain amount of people that I can really talk to, because I'm usually like the rock for everybody else. But yeah,
because you can smell what they're cooking.
I was gonna say about the keep organized, or you said to write like creative ideas down.
Yep.
Literally, if all you have to do is download the Sticky Pad app on your phone, and you can have it set up as a widget on your phone, and all you do is just slide to it and click it, and you can write down some notes or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Just let it go. Let it flow. Let it happen. And come back to it later. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Yep.
I have a lot of that shit, especially with that mixtape I told you I was making. Not my mixtape, but with like beats, ideas, all kinds of stuff where I'm like, oh yeah, I could use this. I could do that, blah, blah, blah. I have a bunch of that shit on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Evaluate your mistakes, learn from them, and let them go. That's a good one.
Letting go is the biggest one for a lot of people.
Sure is.
This, and you know what's funny is that most of this is just like life lessons, but all these life lessons are for stress.
Basically, yeah.
This is how you get rid of stress.
Basically, is if you learn all this shit, then you won't be stressed out.
Yeah, get rid of stress. Come on. Man.
Be thoughtful and generous with your love and your affection. Look for the humor in your daily life and share it with others. We're good at that. And set aside a regular time of day for relaxation.
That's a good one right there.
Not too bad.
Yeah, that's really good pamphlet there.
Yeah, this pamphlet is brought to you by Madera County, the Behavioral Health Services.
Nice. So shout out to the Madera County Behavioral. I knew I was gonna fuck this up. Behavioral
Health Services.
Health Services
In Madera. Wonder if the Fresno one has one that's similar.
Probably not.
I know they probably don't even give out pamphlets. They just send you outside and say go fuck yourself. That's probably all they do.
It's just like a piece of paper and it says oink.
Okay, dude. So another thing was when I was in Madera, I went to the liquor store before I went to work to get some snacks.
Okay.
And nothing had price tags on it.
What the fuck?
And I asked the guy, I was like, hey, how much is this? And it was a bag of Ritz Bits.
He said,
Ritz Bits cheese. I won't get the peanut butter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. I never did anyway. I always got the cheese ones.
Okay.
So anyway, I asked him, how much is this? And usually, okay, you can get them at the dollar store. Okay, well, this is a liquor store, so they'd probably charge, $1.49, $59 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what this guy told me? He's all, $2.39.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, this goes back. Okay, so then I went and got a Reese's Fast Breaks bar. And it was just a regular size. I mean, it wasn't the king size or nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this can't be more than $1. I was like, how much is this? $1.99.
Fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck?
$2?
$2 for a candy bar I can go to Winco right now and get for like 78 cents.
Jeez.
And this led me to think that they do that on purpose to see what they can get away with.
Yeah.
And this isn't the only liquor store that's ever done this.
No,
because
not at all.
Tons of liquor stores never put prices on their shit. And then they just literally have you go up to them, ask them how much it is, and they'll give you a price, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
But most of the time is, if I wanted that bag of Ritz Bits and say like a Gatorade, I would get the Gatorade and the thing, take it to the guy, and then he just punches in on his cash register, whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
And then you'd end up paying it. Because, realistically, how much would the Gatorade cost? So, about $1? Not more than $2.
Maybe. Not more than $2. No.
Okay, so then say he puts in $2. You'd look at that and be like, okay, it's a liquor store. I can see that.
Yeah.
And then the Ritz Bits, say he puts in $2.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
whatever.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, but then there's some of them where they would see the Gatorade and they'd put in like $2.50. Wow. And then they'd see the other thing and then they would put in $2.50. Yeah. And they can put in whatever they want and you won't question it because you're there obviously for a reason. Yeah. And you're not going to leave without something. And then you're not going to, embarrass yourself by saying like, oh, that's too expensive. I'm not getting that. Yeah. Because a lot of people find that embarrassing now.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Oh, he doesn't have money to pay for Ritz Bits. He shouldn't even be here.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And so, yeah, dude, it's just one thing I found about liquor stores all the time is they're always just trying to fucking capitalize on people just passing through.
No, you're absolutely right. That's how liquor stores are. And, especially I can only imagine what it's like to be a liquor store out in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. Those Ritz probably cost like $3.59. That fucking Gatorade probably costs like $3 as well, dude. Like, oh yeah, because you're not going anywhere without this shit. You need this shit, whatever it is that you need. Everything's going to be much higher, and that's also another thing about just liquor stores in general, they can do it. They can do that.
They can get away with it. Yeah.
And everything that you explained too, it's all psychological. That's why they don't have like you said, that's why they don't have the prices up there. So you just take it over there, and then you're like, okay, whatever, and you just give them your card and you swipe it, and then realize till later, like, God damn, that was like $5.69 for like 2 items.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Okay, because I work for Fritos, and I called somebody on the Fritos bags at a liquor store one time, because on the side of the bag, for example, Doritos, the regular size bag of Doritos, it'll say $4.29 on it.
Okay.
And that's the highest price that stores are allowed to sell that bag for.
Oh.
They can't sell it for more than that.
Okay.
And usually it's always lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
At a grocery store or whatever. But if you go to a Rite Aid or Walgreens or something like that, they obviously
a little bit more.
They usually sell it for the price on the bag.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't sell. You're not there at a Rite Aid for chips. You're there for some Thrifty's ice cream and then your pills, and that's about it.
Some beer.
Maybe, if it's the only store there.
True.
So then I went to a store one time, a liquor store, and I was going to some party or something like that, and that was the only thing there, or the only store around there. And I got a family-sized bag of Doritos, Lay's, and then I got a bag of Ruffles.
Okay.
And both of them say the same thing on it, $4.29. Okay. And the guy, he rings me up $5 for each bag.
Fuck.
And I was like, no, they're not that price. And he's like, yes, they are. I'm like, no, it says $4.29 right here on the bag. And he's like, well, that doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, and so then I tell the guy, I work for Frito-Lay. That's the highest price you're allowed to sell them for. And I can call and they won't service you anymore. And he's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, because that's the reason they put that on there. So then he's like, oh, okay. And I mean, most people wouldn't do that, but I mean, that's what, 75 cents for each bag, basically?
Yeah.
That's basically a whole other, bag of chips almost.
Yeah.
At least one of the small ones.
Right.
And see, that's another example of these guys just doing whatever they want to see what they can get away with until somebody calls them on it.
Well, dude, you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even know that about the $4.29 thing.
Yeah.
Now I know. Shit, I've been paying $7 for a bag of chips. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, like in liquor stores, or whatever, even the small bags, I think it's $1.89 now. The $1.89 bags, it's the same thing. They have the price on there because they can't sell them for more than that. That's why they usually just do the whole buy two get it for $3.
Oh, I gotcha.
Let's see if you buy one by itself, they charge you the $1.89.
Yeah.
But see, so for everybody listening now, if you go buy chips at a liquor store, they're not allowed to sell you that bag for more than what's on the bag.
Now I wonder if other products have that. I'm gonna take I'm gonna go get like a soda or something like that, like a bottle of soda, and then they're gonna be like, okay, that's $4 something cents. I'm gonna be like, right here it says, hi, me 5 cents. You can't sell us more than 5 cents.
I'm surprised that the bag even has that on there, the price. But I guess that's just a way of protecting themselves from people overcharging, probably, and not buying chips.
And that's probably happened a lot too.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
also, that's actually pretty smart, and it also kind of shows that they really care about their about kind of like their reputation,
yeah,
they want, it's not just like we put this shit out and if you buy it, everyone's gonna buy it anyway,
yeah.
We're like the top brand, it doesn't matter, it's like, no, we really kind of care that we make sure that the bag doesn't get sold for $10 fucking dollars.
Yeah. They care. Frito-Lay, we care about our reputation, but not our employees.
Oh,
that's basically how it is over there, dude.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. From all I've heard.
yeah. For me, just for me. Imagine some other people.
Have you had any of the stories lately?
I
know you've been kind of not walking out, but I just meant it as in kind of slowly decreasing yourself from there.
Yeah. Not really. But there's stuff that's happened, but it's not like a whole story worthy.
Gotcha.
It's just like little things kind of adding up now. But Yeah, well, you know how that goes, I guess.
I know how that goes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
I think it's a good time for us to get into a sponsor.
Oh,
Sponsored of the show today is the game Sorry.
sorry.
You've played the game Sorry, right?
I've played it.
That's right. Sorry is the game that ruins friendships. If you've never played Sorry before, you draw cards to see how far you're going to move your pawns on the board. And if you land on a slide, you can zip or unzip to the end and bump your opponent's pawns right in the ass.
Right in the ass.
You jump over pawns and hide in your safety zone where they can't touch you in your dirty spot. And you keep on moving and bumping until you get all of your pawns into your color and they're home and you win the game. Sorry is a classic game for a reason. It's fun for everyone. Except for the person who keeps getting sent back to start. We hope that your friendships are strong because this game absolutely destroys friendships. Think of the friend that you've known the longest and then play a game of Sorry with them. You ain't friends no more. Watch the game board and the pawns literally fly across the room in a fit of rage because of this game. Friendships shattered, relationships broken, and family bonds destroyed. Play the game if you dare. And when you send your friend back to start and they say, "Fuck you," all you need to say is, "Sorry." So go to your local Walmart, your Target, or find it online. Sorry, the game that ruins friendships.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man, that game is something else. Absolutely something else.
Something else. I haven't played it in a while.
I have it in my trunk right now.
Maybe that's why I have a bunch of friends right now.
No wonder I don't have any friends.
Yeah, it's just been in your back trunk. You haven't even played it. You just there. Its presence just pisses everyone off.
Yeah, I open my trunk. They're like, "Hey, can I get something out of your trunk or put something in your trunk?" Yeah, sure. They see it. Oh hell no!
Hell no!
Fuck this guy. Oh man,
that's fucking hilarious.
So tell everybody what's been going on the past couple days.
Oh man, the past couple days has been some crazy shit. One of the things that California is known for: palm trees and bad bitches. But
and weed.
Oh yeah, and weed too. Sorry. Well, that kind of goes with trees. Either way.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Either way, one of the things that we don't get is like major, I guess major weather. Like, you know, we don't get
natural
tsunamis.
disasters.
Yeah, tsunamis. We don't really get tornadoes that often.
Salamis.
We don't get like hurricanes and you know,
hurricanes.
just crazy shit that comes. Crazy shit that just comes around. But
thankfully, no tornadoes either, because that shit sucks. You know, like Alabama and Oklahoma and shit. They get that shit all the time, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And why do these people continue to live in a trailer park? Everybody knows that tornadoes, their natural prey is a trailer home.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Gosh darn it, the heck. So get the hell out of there if you can.
For real.
No, but in all seriousness, it's that, like I said, we definitely make sure that you know, none of that happens here. We make sure of it. No, obviously we don't get crazy shit like that. But one thing that we are very prone to that a lot of people possibly don't know, but I'm sure most of them do, is earthquakes. So one of the craziest things is good old rumble in the jungle.
We just had one right now. Oh god.
No, sorry, I farted. No, but it's crazy because earthquakes, I don't know. The first time I ever felt an earthquake was a few years ago, and I was actually in my old apartment, and I was actually with Long Leg Daddy-O.
Oh.
I was sitting on my chair. He's sitting like on the floor next to my bed, and we're watching SmackDown, and all of a sudden I see my dresser kind of move, like just kind of shake a little bit, and so I just think, like, you know, he probably just has restless leg syndrome or something like I do. Like, I always got to be moving. So like he probably has his foot on there and he's just like, you know, just kind of just doing the whole thing, whatever, and pushing it. Then I look and I don't see his leg there. And then he looks at me. He's like, "Do you feel that?" And I'm like, "Holy shit, we're in an earthquake! Like, this is crazy."
Wait, where was I?
Fuck, I don't know. We'd have to go back and look.
Okay.
Because this was around the time where like Long Leg Daddy-O would he would like escape from his significant other and come watch wrestling for a little bit and then just go home
from his current situation at the time.
Yeah. No, not a current situation from now, but
yeah, okay, the situation from before.
Yeah.
The old current situation.
Yeah, so that one was pretty cool too. But as we said, we just had one. We just had the first big one, which was, I believe, a 6.5 the other day.
No, it's a 7.1.
No, not the one from. Sorry, the one before that.
Oh, that was Wednesday.
Yeah,
that was a 6.5.
6.5 out in Ridgecrest, and that one was pretty big. We got ourselves a nice little aftershock here in Fresno. However, I was asleep for that one. Did you feel it?
No, I didn't feel that one. And the funny thing is I was at work, and I was working with my special needs adults, and
oh god,
I happened to be taking a shit at the time, actually.
No!
So I was on the toilet, and I didn't feel anything. But then as soon as I came out of the bathroom, one of the workers and one of the other workers, they were talking to each other, and they're like, "Yeah, so and so is kind of going crazy right now." They were calling me, and so was texting me like crazy, and I was like, "Oh, maybe probably something happened. Maybe one of them got into a fight or something like that, or maybe something broke at the house. I don't know."
Yeah, gotcha.
Because it happens all the time. Like something's always going on over there. So then, when myself and one of the workers walked outside of that house, and we were going back to our other houses, I was like, "Oh, hey, what happened? What did so and so call you for?" And she's all like, "Son of a bitch!" My phone keeps going off, dude.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so she's like, "Oh, it's because of the earthquake." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, the earthquake. You didn't feel it?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, where were you?" I was like, "I'm not about to say I was on the shitter." I was like, "Oh, I was in there." And she's like, "Yeah, we had an earthquake right now, and so was calling me saying if I felt it and whatever, and one of the other ones was freaking out." And
damn.
And I was like, "Huh, that's crazy." And then like right after I got back to the house that my other client was at, he was all like, "Hey, did you feel it?" And I was like, "No, I didn't feel nothing, man." And then right after that, my mom messages me, "We just had an earthquake." I'm like, "All right, people calm down. It wasn't the fucking big one." Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's fucking hilarious. So I didn't feel that first one, and obviously you didn't either, since you were already shaking in the shitter.
Maybe toilet seats just don't shake.
Oh yeah, maybe
That could be it.
Well, there is that little glue part that they put on the floor.
Oh, the caulking.
Yeah, the cock. They're putting the cock on there. You gotta put the cock in the hole.
It's the cock of the walk.
I can't say cock on TV. But there's been
flex shot, flex seal, whatever.
The flex shot. The fuck. But there's been quite a bit going on. But a lot of this actually started. Well, sorry. Well, I'll go into the next one. So obviously, just the other day we had the big one.
It wasn't the big one. It was a big one.
Not for us, but in just about the same place. So obviously, there was the 6.5 in Ridgecrest, and just north of there, just like a few miles north, that's where they had the 7.1. 7.1 hits, boom, and we feel it around here. It gets felt in Vegas. It gets felt here all the way to Bakersfield. Vegas, that's pretty far. Yeah, right. And so it was a big one, man. It was definitely a big one.
7.1, right?
Yeah, 7.1. Yep. So this is actually the largest earthquake in California since 1999.
Wow.
Which was the Hector Mine earthquake, which was actually as well just south of this 7.1.
Well, that's where the fault line is probably.
The fault line is close. It's around there, but it's not the same spot. So this one,
does this one have a name?
Was that?
Does this one have a name? Because you said, what was it? Hector what?
The Hector Mine.
Hector Mine?
Yeah, it's like a mine, like a mine.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
then this one would probably just be called the Ridge Crest.
Probably
Why not?
just called the Ridgecrest.
Damn, we should name it. This is the Super Duper Twister Blister earthquake.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, so pretty crazy. I didn't realize that I was feeling one. So I'm here in my room with my niece and my nephew. I'm laying on my bed and I'm kind of like laying more towards the wall, and I'm looking at my phone before it was broken, and I kind of felt like the wall like hitting my my hip, but I'm not like really paying attention to it. All of a sudden we're just sitting here. My mom comes in the room, she's like this. She's like, is everybody okay? And then we're all looking at each other and we're like, what the fuck? She's all, there's an earthquake going on. And then we get up and we're like, oh shit, there is an earthquake going on. Like,
yeah, dude, this earthquake lasted a long time.
It did. A good
They
like
said it
minute
lasted
and a
like
half.
45 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it felt like it lasted a while.
So your mom was all freaking out.
She was all freaking out, holding on to everything. Like, oh, you guys okay? Like,
Quick, stand under a doorway.
so, and my niece, she was playing Roblox, and she was like, oh yeah, like I felt it, but I wasn't sure because like she said like the monitor was like moving and stuff like that, so she wasn't like sure. She's just like, oh well, the monitor, was just moving or whatever. So as it was happening, I kind of get up and I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. Like, this is like the second one that I've ever felt, like,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so that one was pretty cool, pretty crazy. What about you? Did you feel this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
At the time, I happened
I was
to be
on the shitter again.
No, the funny thing is though, is that my brother was on the shitter.
Oh, damn! Maybe we should just call these the shitter quakes or something.
The shit quakes, yeah.
The shit quakes.
I was on my bed this time, and I think I was just on my phone or playing my Switch or something like that. And Janet was folding clothes and putting them away from her basket.
Okay.
And then I start feeling myself moving.
Ooh.
And I'm like, huh, this is weird. Especially on a bed, you'd feel it too, is because, the bed is, pretty jiggly and stuff.
Right.
So I'm feeling it, and I'm like, oh shit, we're having another earthquake. This is cool. And so then,
It's just your mom. Sal, get out the house.
dude, she did yell. she's all, ah, an earthquake. And I didn't say anything because like I'm still like, I don't know, processing it, I guess. And so then she's like, did you hear me? I'm like, yes, I heard you. I know. I could feel it too. And so then Janet was standing on the just on the floor. And so
I
then,
would hope so.
well, because
She usually stands on the cabinets.
well, you
but-
never know. She could have fucking jumped on the bed or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's still standing up, and so then I was like, well, do you feel it? And she's like, yeah. And that's the first earthquake she's ever felt.
Oh, nice.
So she's like, yeah, this is weird. I'm like, yeah, I know, it is weird. And so then our lamp, we have one of those floor lamps that just stands up, and that thing was going back and forth pretty good. Like
Okay.
really, really good.
Nice.
I saw my curtains moving.
I thought you were gonna say I saw the light flash before my eyes.
No, I felt bad for my dog though, because she like ran under my bed.
Oh, that's the worst place to go.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Bonnie, no, get out of there.
Get out of there.
and then like my TV was moving a little bit, but I just remember like laying there and thinking, this is a long ass earthquake, dude. Like it literally went on for a long time.
It did, didn't it?
And I jumped on Twitter after that. This thing literally went on so long. People had time to whip out their phones and go record their pools
Yeah.
because of the water splish splashing back and forth.
Yeah, especially at that 7.1
Yeah,
in Ridgecrest.
yeah, craziness.
Crazy. There was it was a big one for sure. And here in Fresno was probably like a good like I don't know, like a 4 probably. I mean, not a 4, like a 3 or something like that, Like
Yeah.
it is what it is, but it's cool. Like it was kind of cool. Obviously, like if you're in a really big one, it's probably not that fun, but
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
We just caught like the back end or the aftershock of it. Well, I wouldn't even say the aftershock. It was like basically as it was going on over there, we were feeling it too. It was shaking quite a bit. We did get aftershocks as well. Even after that one, I was hearing that more people were feeling other ones as well. Now, I mean, I don't know if it's just, high blood pressure, they're already shaking, but
yeah, it could cause trembling.
Yeah, it could cause that
They
trembling.
might just be stressed.
Yeah, there it is, the stress, it's back.
Yeah, see?
But yeah, so obviously, those they're pretty big. So what I was gonna say earlier was that where this all kind of started and whatnot. So one thing that I've been that I really like to that I really wanted to look into was like how this was happening, what it was. My brother actually showed me an earthquake guy, like this guy who does a lot of earthquake research and stuff like that. He's on YouTube. His name is Dutchanese, and he's really, really good, really informative. My brother showed me him like years ago, but I mean, this one was a bigger one, so I'm like, I'm gonna go check to see what he has to say. So he's like breaking down everything that's happening, and the funny thing is, he actually kind of predicted this.
Really?
He predicted the one here, or basically, like in Ridgecrest, pretty much. So what he was saying was that what ended up happening was there was a 6.2 at the Wanda Fuca fracture zone, just like earlier this week, and so where that is basically is right next to like Oregon and it's like right next to Seattle and a little above, like more in Canada, and it's like right off the coast. So like the Wanda Fuca fracture, basically that's all part of the plate boundary. So the plate boundaries comes from a little bit like in the middle of the ocean, and it comes towards Canada. Then it drops down the coast of the United States, and it basically makes its way into Mexico. So we're obviously, being in California, we're right next to that plate boundary. And what he was talking about is that a lot of the times what ends up happening is if there's an earthquake, and if it's big enough, then it transfers energy to a different plate boundary, or it stays there, and there's just another earthquake there at that plate boundary.
Mm-hmm.
So what ended up happening was there was a lot of vibrating, like in Seattle and Portland area. Now this is like not earthquake vibrating; it's just more so vibrations like within the earth and whatnot that they're feeling, and then all of a sudden that 6.2 happens. The wave continued to move down, and when that 6.2 happened, he was telling everybody like, listen, like there's going to be a pretty big one in California within the next 4 to 5 days. And like 2 days later, there it is, just like, more so in Ridgecrest. So basically what he's saying is that we're in the middle of it. And there's either going to be another big one, probably not big one, but another like probably a 6 that he was saying, like a 5 or 6 within the next week, unless the energy ends up transferring over like to a different fault. And he was saying like the Texas region and whatnot. And what's crazy is that I mean, we talked about like, how it kind of affected everybody, those 7.1, we see in the pictures of like cracking in the roads, houses on fire because of like gas lines and, all that water shit going crazy. There was all kinds of crazy shit going on. And once again, it happened all north of Ridgecrest. Mm-hmm. And, to the west of where it was is a mine. Now the mine doesn't go down that far, so that wasn't really a cause. And here's the thing that a lot of like news outlets aren't talking about. They're not talking about the digging that's going on, all the fracking and all that crazy shit. So just northeast of where the actual quake happened, there's been a lot of lava flow right there in Volcano Peak. It's called Volcano Peak. And there's actually 15 different points, like 15 different peaks. Now, it hasn't actually happened. There hasn't been a volcano from there in a while, but there's been a lot of lava going on and shit like that.
Hang on. Lava or magma?
Lava.
Is it above ground?
Yes.
Okay, that's lava.
It's been
okay. Because magma's below ground.
Yeah, it's been like flow of
liquid
lava
hot
off the
magma.
magma. So the coastal volcanic field, which is north of Ridgecrest, so it's like basically right next to the volcano peak, excuse me. So right there, that's becoming active as well. And right next to that is what they call Devil's Kitchen. Now, this isn't like a made up name that he made up or anybody made up. This is literally what it's called. This is what the facility is called, whatever it is. Where basically what they do is they drill into the upper reaches of the magma chambers, and what they do is they use that magma and they put it in water to create steam that creates basically, energy for their turbines, so that it's steam powered and stuff like that.
Huh.
So we all know about like the San Andreas Fault and whatnot.
Sure.
San Andreas Fault more so.
It's a great big movie.
So where it was basically San Andreas Fault from where the actual earthquake happened was more east, and it was a lot more east. So it's not really something that the San Andreas Fault. It's not. It wasn't really the cause of anything at that point.
Not this time.
So what he's talking about is basically where a lot of this volcanic activity, like Volcano Peak, Coastal Volcanic Field, all the way down to Devil's Kitchen, past Ridgecrest, there's a lot of there's a lot of activity there. But what he's saying is he thinks that there's an ancient fault right there. So a fault that's been kind of covered up, that hasn't really been active or anything like that.
Covered up by another plate, maybe?
Well, no, I wouldn't say covered up by another plate. Just more so, it's not like it's probably been solidified a little bit more.
Oh, gotcha.
Like whereas like the fault is the San Andreas Fault is like fucking just
busted
dying.
Wide open.
Yeah, just busted wide open. Like
tell her bring it back.
So yeah, so it's there's so much shit going around, and that kind of brings me to my earthquake. Oh shit!
I was looking at your window and my headphone hit the microphone.
So that kind of brings me to my next point about kind of like earthquake safety. So one of the memes that I saw was
shit, we had to go over this at work too. Oh, that's what's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, I want to hear this.
Dude, we just did fucking like fire and earthquake drills.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Like the week before we just did this. Holy shit, that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. I had a friend at work. She was saying that they did an emergency basically an emergency lockdown, whatever. And in the Amazon building, there's like the strong points, and obviously there's like the weaker points, but it's a ginormous ass building.
Sure.
So, but there's like the strongest points where they have everybody go. So they're kind of evacuating everybody to those strong points. And she said she didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Like, she's like, why are we getting moved? And they're like, oh, there's an earthquake, like that's fucking crazy, So, but yeah, I wanted
imagine being in like a skyscraper.
Oh God, dude.
That'd be scary.
There's a lot of swaying going on. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. Like shit.
It's like one of those rides at the amusement park. Whoa. Whoa.
What's crazy is that he was talking about how people would, if they were to know your surroundings as to like where you're at, because people who are like at the bottom or second floor, first floor, whatever, of these skyscrapers would run outside. But what ended up happening is shit would start falling off these skyscrapers,
exactly,
and hitting them, and people would get
windows
hit.
Start cracking,
yeah, and get fucking injured. So he's like, "Listen, I know you don't want to get fucking crushed by a building." He's like, "But I mean, you just got to figure out, where it is that you need to go, what it is that you need to do, find what kind of structure, the skyscraper is or whatever, and just shit like that, like little stuff, like obviously." Big earthquakes don't happen so often, but just be more mindful.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about, preparing. That's what I was going to bring up, is preparing and kind of knowing what you have to do. And as I was saying, I saw a bunch of memes of people talking about, while the earthquake was going on, they were thinking back to all the drills that they had and what they had to do.
In school.
In school and all the stuff that they had to do when there was an earthquake. And yet all they did was just sit on their beds and let it happen.
Me.
Me too.
Me and just wonder what my dog's doing.
So that brings me to my next question. Are you prepared for an earthquake, Jack?
Can anybody really be prepared for an earthquake?
Well, as prepared as they could be.
But are you always going to be at your house when there's an earthquake?
Well, no.
Okay.
So are you prepared?
Probably not.
That brings us to my next point. Don't smoke crack. Oh, wait.
Or else every day and every moment, you're going to be thinking that there's an earthquake.
That's actually true.
You're going to be doing a lot of trembling. We'll just put it that way.
Trembling and
Especially on the
rambling.
come down.
So there's all kinds of stuff. But dude, have you seen like the videos and stuff like that of all the earthquake shit that's been going on? Like you mentioned the
you can't
pool
get away
stuff.
from it.
Yeah, it's true.
My dad was watching CNN, and that's what they were covering the whole time. And HLN, Fox News, fucking even like the local news, 26 and whatever.
Yeah.
And man, on CNN, they were doing this docuseries, and it's called The 90s. And they did other decades too, but every episode is like, major stuff that would happen during that decade. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna watch the 90s. No fucking earthquake coverage. I'm like, it's over already.
My God.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to watch music of the 90s. Fuck. God.
Dude. You're absolutely right. There's so much shit on the earthquake. And it was funny because I was like, all right, I'm going to go on Facebook and look up just to see if anybody's talking about the earthquake. I saw like one or two, but you know how Facebook isn't live. It's just usually like a bunch of old shit or something like that.
Yeah, it
pops up from
sucks. You have to
yesterday.
go all the way through like your stuff just to find the most recent tab.
Yeah, so stupid, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, fuck Facebook. So then I go on Twitter.
There you go. That's the real place right there.
And I was talking, and you saw that picture that I posted up of
all
the
the
related
topics?
searches.
Yeah.
So I looked up earthquakes or earthquake on Twitter because I wanted to see some of the shit that was going on.
Well, did you see the comment that I put underneath that?
Yeah. So basically the related searches is like the thing that like really made me laugh because I'm like, okay, people are really in shambles that they can't even spell fucking earthquake right. So this person just forgets the T and puts earquake. Like what? I don't know who the fuck they are.
An earquake?
An earquake. And then the next person replaces the A with an S, an earthquake. So
Jeez, they must have been typing this during the earthquake.
Exactly. And then this person forgot the R and it's just Eathquake.
Eathquake? Like Ethan Quake?
And I don't know what the fuck some satanic motherfucker started putting 6.6 earthquake. So we got a Satanist over here.
Satan Quake?
Satan Quake. And then the last one was the best one, which is somebody put the A in front of the U, so it just says Earthquacky.
It's an earthquake?
Yeah, an earthquake. All of a sudden, there's an earthquake going on. I can't believe it.
There's a giant duck coming up from the bottom of the ocean causing this earthquake.
Oh my god, dude. But
Jeez.
you know what's cool though is like the videos. Like I'm not talking about like when, they're in their house or something like that. I'm talking about like when there's something like random's happening, like throughout a concert or something like that. And all of a sudden everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, so it's crazy, man. There's all kinds of shit.
Did you see earthquake during the Dodger game?
Yeah, I did. I did see that. That's crazy.
They showed footage of that. They showed it during the Grizzly game that was going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Dodger one looked a lot better. Especially because there's more people like reacting to it. At the Grizzly one, it seemed like a lot of people didn't even feel it.
Damn.
Which is kind of weird, but I mean.
Well, I guess maybe because.
Maybe because the game was boring.
Well, I could also see that the stadium and the way it's built, it probably has like more of a give than
shockproof, maybe.
Yeah, than Dodger Stadium because
bomb-proof.
Dodger Stadium's been around forever.
That's true.
For a long ass time.
The Dodger Stadium's closer to it too.
Yeah, that's true.
So that could be it.
That was, and it was big too because it like showed like this camera started shaking and the guys are like, oh, "Are we in another earthquake?" Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then they're still playing.
Well, and that was the craziest part is that the guys on the field didn't even feel it.
Yeah, and the announcers even mentioned that they're like, "How are they still playing baseball?
How are they still playing?" And everybody starts getting up. Yeah, it's a fucking earthquake.
You see the crowd. Yeah, they're like, "Oh my god!" Running and causing fires and shit.
Oh my god, that's the best.
Looting
dude.
the team store.
Only in fucking LA would that shit happen.
For
too,
real,
man.
dude. Hey, okay, so I want to mention this. This is where all the crazy stuff starts coming in. All right.
Crazy stuff.
There's a Navy base just east of this. And a lot of people were saying that they were testing out weapons of mass destruction and trying out these new weapons since Iran and North Korea and all these guys are pissing everybody off and tensions are high. So they're testing out new weapons to cause earthquakes. But that seems to come up every time there's an earthquake, though. But the one I really wanted to mention to you is, have you ever heard of earthquake lights?
Earthquake lights?
Earthquake lights, yeah.
No, I have not. That
Apparently,
sounds amazing.
Either in the daytime or nighttime, maybe both, earthquake lights happen to appear in the general area that an earthquake is about to happen. And I don't know if they look like, the Northern Lights or what, but apparently there's lights that show up before there's an earthquake. So I'm wondering if maybe there's evidence of some of these earthquake lights around the Ridge Crest area to maybe prove it. You ever heard of that?
I've actually never heard of that. I'm on Twitter right now looking it up, and really it's just a bunch of lights. Like they're just showing like their lights moving or some shit. But I'm like, no, I never fucking heard that before. Earthquake lights.
Yeah, not earthquake lights. Earthquake lights.
Earthquaky lights. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's. I'm gonna have to look into that. I like shit like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do an update on it for the next show.
Update! Nobody gives a shit about Bigfoot.
Nobody gives a shit about Bigfoot.
But as you were saying too, like, you're saying like, oh, I'm gonna go into the crazy side of it. Well, the crazy side that they don't talk about is like the fracking and shit like that, like the drilling and all the shit that they do, like especially around that area. And the crazy part is that area is really low, and it's like more so of a weak spot in California. Now, one thing I do want to point out too is that everybody talks about how one day, California is gonna break off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, and they're gonna flip over into the ocean. Well, it was funny because the guy was talking about how, or Dutchanese was talking about how California just in general used to be underwater. So as the water kind of like went away, it obviously became a place to live. So. Yeah. There's no way that we're actually gonna break off a piece of that California bar and fall into the ocean.
I know, dude. They always act like it's like a fucking Hershey bar and they have like parts of it just floating out in the middle of the ocean,
just breaking off.
Yeah.
But it's funny, and then he's like, yeah. So I just want to let everybody know that we're not gonna break off and go in there. But with that being said, you do have to watch out for rising waters. That's even worse.
Yeah, or dams breaking.
Yeah, good old levees. Battle levees, I should say.
Fuck, man, we might end up like fucking New Orleans and have to take a bath.
Son of a bitch, dude. They fuck New Orleans.
That's okay.
So
There's
bad.
a lot of people in the Central Valley that need to take a bath. There's a lot of stinky motherfuckers out there, dude.
Oh my god, dude. So, dude, bunch of crazy shit with this earthquake, dude.
So the moral of the story is, we had an earthquake. It was a big one. People felt some of the earthquakes for the first time. People started freaking out. People started to wonder what was going on, if there would be the big one. People started making conspiracy theories, which happens all the time.
Yeah.
News coverage was everywhere. I was up late, and it was probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. I just happened to turn it to CNN just to see. They were still covering it. They were having press conferences about it and all this bullshit. And that's basically what's happened so far. I was thinking earlier, I was like, man, that'd be pretty crazy if an earthquake happened during the show.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Man,
we had some good shit.
Damn it, man. We'd probably have to stay on here for a long time, though.
Yeah, get ourselves some content.
Yeah, for real.
Some earthquake. Oh, shit!
Yeah. Fucking windows breaking and shit.
A book just hit my dick!
Ow! But, yeah, I mean, pretty trippy couple days because of this earthquake.
Yeah, and honestly, something feels weird about this one, but then again, They always feel weird. So
Sure.
I mean,
It's not an everyday thing.
definitely not an everyday thing. I do wonder, since the dude called this one coming up here, or the 7.1, if he's gonna basically call this next one, which gonna be either more towards the Bay, or it's gonna end up moving out to Texas, from what he was saying. So Texas.
Huh.
So I don't know, man. That'd be. I mean, honestly, I don't have any problems with earthquakes, really.
Nah.
Obviously,
They never did anything to me.
if it's a bigger one, I mean, there might be a problem, but
Yeah.
you know, you can just fight earthquakes. You know, they're fightable.
As long as they don't mess up the house that I'm moving into, I'm good. Fuck it. Don't
Yeah,
happen
when
on my wedding day either.
When are you supposed to move?
I'm probably gonna move in beginning of August.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Have a housewarming party.
Ooh.
And then there's an earthquake.
You want? You gotta have a house warming party and then house cooling party.
Yeah, and a housewarming party.
Good old Haas.
Yep, that's it.
Any
All right.
final thoughts on this?
No. Earthquakes are scary sometimes, but don't be tripping out. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Well, let's wrap it up here. Executioner, where can they find you on the social stuff?
Where can they find me on the social stuff? First and foremost, I just want to thank Yeshua for allowing me to do this. You should know who Yeshua is at this point by listening to all these episodes. All you have to do is go to Instagram, go to _Herbalutioner, THE_HERBA Lutioner. You can go to Snapchat if you'd like, DatDude1215, DATDUDE1215. You can go to Twitter, find me at The Executioner, THEXEKutioner, where you can find a lot of my crazy tweets and tweets you probably won't agree with, and I'm okay with that. You can also find me on Facebook at Chris Clips Hernandez, CLYPSE is how you spell Clips. Thank you for listening to me, at least. So what about you, Jack? Where can they find you?
They can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, all at BSALSANCHEZ.
Easy enough for me.
That's right. And don't forget to follow the show on Twitter at It's Good Times. Don't forget to go to thegoodtimespodcast.com where everything's at.
Yeah.
And then also don't forget to follow the show on Instagram.
Please.
That is the Good Times Podcast.com. Why?
Because they didn't add the fucking period.
The P-area. That's right. And so we want to thank everybody for listening to the show. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to past shows.
Please.
We try to give you brand new content every week. We gave it to you last week, even though we didn't get to record a show. We still pumped it out. We still pumped it up. I gave it to you. And remember to try and share the show. We want to try to get to as many people as possible and give entertainment to all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, tune in next week where we'll have another jam-packed, picked, licked, and dicked episode of Good Times.
Tonight.